So listen, a lot of you have asked me if I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. this weekend. Sadly, I will not be for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is that I actually need some time off and I have a whole bunch of cleaning to do around my house and I've been going for months and I'm tired and I don't want to. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't go, right? You absolutely should go if you want to. But the reason I'm making this video is I just want to say, for the people who are going, please, please, please be careful. Please be vigilant. Please have people around you. Don't go out by yourself. Don't wear your MAGA hat around when you're out by yourself. Just be smart about what's going on, because the leftist groups they're organizing. They're preparing for you guys to come. This is on a website called shutdowndc.org. December 12th, defend DC at Black Lives Matter. On November 14th, Trump supporters and Proud Boys flooded into Black Lives Matter Plaza, destroying community artwork and memorials and starting fights with locals. Now, we all know that that is not true. That is a blatant lie. They're lying. They're lying. They're flat lying. There's mountains of video that shows that the people who were starting the fights on November 14th were Black Lives Matter and Antifa. The Trump supporters were completely peaceful. There were hundreds of thousands of them, not 8,000 like was reported on CNN. There were hundreds of thousands of them. I was one of them. They were completely peaceful. The violence started at night or later in the day when Black Lives Matter and Antifa came out. And in regards to people flooding into Black Lives Matter Plaza, dude, the police sent people through Black Lives Matter Plaza, and then the police wouldn't help them. Which brings me to point number one. If you're going to go to DC, don't go to Black Lives Matter Plaza. Just unless you're looking for a fight, man, and some of you might be, but don't go there, because number one, the police might send you right through it, and if they send you through it, there's video from last time which shows that the people who got sent into Black Lives Matter Plaza got the crap beat out of them. So that's number one. Don't do it. Number two, don't expect the police to help you if you do. I'm going to say this flat out. The police were not on our side on November 14th. They weren't going to help anyone. In fact, I was very grateful that the Proud Boys were there, because I felt much safer with the Proud Boys being there, because they don't take crap from Antifa ever. So if you're going to be in DC, just be careful, man. Be smart. They've got this big thing. No, Proud Boys in DC on December 11th and December 12th. Defend Black Lives Matter Plaza. They go on to say, for months, police have brutally attacked protests for racial justice under the guise of protecting life and property. Yet when the far right carries out violence and destruction, they deem it acceptable. Of course, this is another lie. There is zero evidence of Trump supporters being the ones that started the violence. Now, there is evidence that the Proud Boys beat the ever-loving hell out of Antifa, but they did that when they were provoked. Antifa and Black Lives Matter were attacking people literally all night long, and frankly, I'm going to just say it, I took a great deal of satisfaction in watching the Proud Boys beat the ever-loving hell out of them. And what was it, like around midnight or 1 a.m.? It was like way late in the evening. Now they're coming back. On December 12th, the Proud Boys and other Trump supporters are mobilizing for a second million MAGA march in support of Trump's efforts to steal the election. Of course, that's a lie too. This is about election integrity, making sure all legal votes are counted. That's what this is about, and showing Trump that he has people's support. With Biden's electoral victory seemingly solidified, seemingly indeed, many clearly feel the struggle against fascism is over. Well, they wouldn't be anything if they didn't have an evil Hitler-like villain to fight, would they? Yet it is clear that Trump will continue to build a fascist movement around him, with groups like the Proud Boys as his frontline soldiers. The need to build a robust and broad anti-fascist movement is more urgent than ever. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Because I thought that if Trump just lost and he left the White House, that was really all that matters. Then everything was going to be fine again. Of course it's not going to be fine again. These groups die, their funding dies, if they don't construct an enemy to fight. Come out to Black Lives Matter Plaza. We intend on making this the safest place in the city for DC residents, except, of course, for any DC residents that voted for and support Donald Trump. Come out all day and night to make sure Proud Boys and other neo-fascists cannot go unopposed. Oh, they're bitter from getting the crap beat out of them last time, aren't they? A broad coalition of local organizations is mobilizing to defend Black Lives Matter starting on Friday evening when the Proud Boys start to arrive in town until they leave on Saturday night. So you notice, like, they're literally framing, like, the Proud Boys were a small little minority of the overall overwhelming number of people who came to DC in November. I mean, there were a lot of Proud Boys there. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of Proud Boys there, but there were hundreds of thousands of people there that weren't Proud Boys. But what they're trying to do is make their supporters think that every single person that shows up in DC apparently is a Proud Boy, which of course is provably wrong. And Proud Boys aren't racist. Proud Boys aren't white supremacists. Their leader, they even have a picture. Where do they have the picture? Oh, you know what? It's on their Twitter account. So here, I want to show you some of the things on their Twitter account too. They literally have a picture somewhere. There he is, of Enrique Tarrio, the leader of the Proud Boys, who is not white. Not white. Not white. But I do want to show you just some of the tweets that they're sending out again, so you guys can be prepared. Look at this. They're basically, they're telling people to call and pressure, like bars and hotels and caterers and like a bus company not to support them. DC, Black Lives Matter DC, a verified account. Isn't that funny? Extremist groups that advocate violence and racism are planning protests in DC, and we're working in coalition with other local groups in response. We are not counter-protesting. We are responding to violent Trump supporters and white supremacists descending on our community. Yes, because remember, in their minds, it was the Trump supporters back in November who were the ones that were violent, when in fact there's no evidence to support that. Literally no evidence to support it at all. Oh, look, they're even having some sort of dance party. Ah, look at that. Look at that. They're having a dance party. How cute is that? I hope the Proud Boys go to their dance party. Can't wait for that. This is them saying to call the Hyatt hotels, tell these hotels no to white supremacy. Then they have all their email addresses and phone numbers. And this is all happening on Twitter. Of course, Twitter does nothing about this at all because Twitter doesn't care. Just encouraging people to call attorneys who are meeting with Trump. I mean, they're going to be all organized. So I want to say to you guys, again, the reason I'm making this video is I want you to be aware of it because this is serious. This is serious. People got hurt last time and you want to be smart. I think that some of the people going are probably looking for a fight. Listen, one of the problems I do actually have with the Proud Boys is they go looking for trouble. They do. Let's just be honest. They go looking for freaking trouble. They like fighting. But don't be stupid, man. Like, nothing is to be gained from fighting with these people. No points are proven, and you could end up getting really hurt. And after what happened last time, it wouldn't surprise me if they got even more violent this time. So just please be aware. Please be careful. And, you know, if you're going, take care of yourselves. I hope you guys have a ton of fun. I hope you have a great weekend. I will be watching from the comfort of my couch and in my pajamas, and I will be cheering for you guys. But I really hope that we don't see what happened last time. All right, guys, that's really all I have. I'll see you soon.